Oh my gosh, I love college football. I adore this sport. That isn't an exaggeration either. Uh, you know what? Gotta turn on the lights back here again, but let's give it a little more red hue for the the old Seminoles of Florida State. Or even better, you know what? Let's just make it purple. You know what? Just or pink. Remind the LSU Tigers of their eternal suffering. Wow, what a game! So of course I adore the sport of college football. It's games like that where you really begin to think, "Wow, I love this sport." So I I don't have a hatred for LSU. I really don't. You know that. I mean, you've seen me at LSU games. Tiger Stadium is in Baton Rouge. It's the only other stadium I've been in, other than Neyland and of course, the shit fest last season in Nashville. But we won't talk about that. Point is, I don't hate LSU. Oh my, but I'm gonna just explain it to you. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. LSU is probably competing for the worst team in the SEC this season. You needed this win to do anything. Now, granted, Florida State is probably a little bit better than I think what some people are expecting out of them. I had Florida State making a bowl this season. They could be an 8-win team this season. Who knows? But LSU is just a dumpster fire. If you're not able to beat Florida State, chances are you're in the same spot as Nebraska. Maybe you're not firing your head coach, but I guarantee you your record will be on the same level, if not worse, once you get to the end of the season. I had your losses: Mississippi State, Tennessee, Alabama, at Arkansas, and Texas A&M on the road in College Station. You're going to take those losses, but way worse than I initially thought. You're probably not beating Auburn and Jordan Hare. If you can't beat Florida State and what I would consider at home, it's in Louisiana. Come on, that's home field advantage pretty much. If you can't beat them there, you're not beating Auburn on the road and Jordan Hare. You're certainly the streak against Florida is coming to an end in Gainesville. They're a way better team, and they are going to absolutely destroy you on that field. Ole Miss, I had that one as a win, not anymore. Lane Kiffin, same thing. As much as I give Lane Kiffin hell, they're going to absolutely decimate you on the field. Hell, you might even lose to UAB the way you're playing right now. 3 wins, maybe 4 for LSU incoming. This is groundbreakingly alarming if you're an LSU fan. And I'm sorry for LSU fans. I don't like to see LSU down this bad. If I had it my way, I wish LSU would come right back into it and have something reminiscent of a 2019 season, but that is just the farthest thing away from reality. Oh my gosh. Well, the SEC was 14-0 up until they got to this game. I was hoping for 15-0. Unfortunately, you go out and lose to Florida friggin' State. And pretty much most teams in the SEC are more talented and probably better than Florida State. So if you can't beat them, you're certainly, no matter what results show up on the field, Tennessee, my Vols, whatever you want to say about the Vols and how bad we've been, you're with us now. We're out of it. You're now in that gutter. The Tennessee gutter that we were in for the past decade. That is where LSU is at. You sold your soul to win that 2019 Natty. You should have just kept Coach O, because now things are just going to get a whole lot worse. You got Family here with Brian Kelly. Family. And I can make fun of that because I'm Southern too. But point is, yeah, it's... there's just... Tennessee is going to absolutely destroy you. When we get to that week, October 8th, I've already marked down the date. You can almost guarantee that in my pick'ems, I'm picking Tennessee to score the most points on that LSU defense. We're going to put up more on LSU than we did Ball State. That defense was just absolutely atrocious tonight. No, that entire team, LSU as a whole, looks like one of the worst managed teams I've ever seen. They were just unprepared, to say the least. The offense, Jaden Daniels, oh my gosh. Give a lot of credit to JT Daniels. Not JT Daniels, Jaden Daniels, excuse me. Maybe in the same position, but point is, the offensive line was just the worst thing I've ever seen. And it, it, like it, nobody, I don't care if you are Peyton Manning, Russell Wilson, or pretty much any other good quarterback you can think of, you're not doing anything with that O line LSU's got. They're giving you at most a second to throw. On a good day, LSU and Jaden Daniels is going to get one. He's going to get 1 second to throw. That's it. That's all he gets. And it just gets worse from there. The O line was just atrocious, and the worst part about that is when Brian Kelly came out, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but sources say that Brian Kelly came out and basically said, "I blame the quarterback for this. We can't have a quarterback where all he does is run the ball around and not pass." Well, I wonder what the solution to that is. Maybe it's because the offensive line is giving him less than a second to throw the ball. You ever think of that? Ooh, yikes. So not only do you have a head coach who is not being held accountable for anything and is not holding accountability to himself, his coaches, or the right players, you got a coach who's an outright idiot and a team that's pretty much talentless. I don't like to exaggerate things, and I'm really not exaggerating when I say this. I believe Vandy would beat this LSU team. I really do. Vandy is better than LSU right now. That's not an exaggeration. It's bad down there. The defense was it looked like something you'd see out of a high school team. If you put an NFL team against a high school team, that's pretty much what you get. Now, give credit, they only held Florida State to 24 points, but yikes. And the special teams, if you thought the defense was something out of high school, the special teams was something out of pee-wee football, basically. It's something you get from watching elementary school kids play. That was what it was. You know that video that came out where it's got the mascots playing against those little pee-wee football kids, and they're just running over them, jumping over them, doing hurdles, kicking them a couple of times, maybe. I mean, just the entire thing, just bullying them. That is what Florida State did to LSU's defense and their special teams tonight. And this isn't a good Florida State team either. This is a terrible Florida State team that is just killing LSU. Just killed them. Just dominated them. No matter which way you want to look at it, LSU is going nowhere this season. Teams from the 90s, LSU teams from the 90s would probably be better than this LSU team on the field. Golly, man. Well, on the bright side, finally, Tennessee's going to be able to win a road game in the SEC West. The last one has recently been told by me, recently been told by a fellow commenter. Thank you to whoever said that. But he said that the last time Tennessee won an SEC West game on the road was in 2018. So, yeah, expect for us to win another one this season. LSU out on the road, there's no way. No matter how the stars align up for LSU, there's no hope in that matchup. No hope. Tennessee is going to fry them alive. And the same goes for a lot of these teams here. It's early in the season, but they've got to get some things turned around and fast. Otherwise, it's literally going to be a 3-win season for LSU, maybe worse. UAB is going to do the same thing Troy did if this doesn't end soon. What a wrap-up to... we still got one more game, Clemson versus Georgia Tech, but if my guess is I don't think it'll be nearly as competitive as the game that we had today, which was a great game, but of course, I didn't mention this, but how in the world do you not only muff the punt twice, special teams for LSU, muff the punt twice in a single game, and miss 2 field goals? Now, missing 2 field goals, that's not really the biggest thing, but getting 2 field goals blocked, the first one maybe you consider that some type of anomaly, but having your extra point blocked right when in the most crucial point, possibly heading into overtime if you get the extra point, that's just karma right there. That they remember the football gods remember the 2019 season, and they were not having it. They did not want the SEC to go 15-0, and they made sure of that in this one. So, don't know what to say to you, LSU. Yeah, that's it's not looking good. Very, very bad timing, to say the least, to play this team. And how do you think Notre Dame's feeling right now? Do you think they're, even though they lost to Ohio State, you think they're taking a sigh of relief knowing that Brian Kelly's gone? I don't know. Notre Dame fans, if you're here, tell me in the comments below what you think, because right now I'm at a little bit of a loss of words watching what I just saw. Anyway, yeah, that'll do it. Florida State 2-0. Heading into conference play, I don't know when. I think week 3, so next week or the week afterwards. But yeah, of course, tomorrow we get one more game, and then it's on to the real thing, week 2. Yeah, but anyway, this is about LSU. The lights are out in Tiger Stadium. That's for sure. Even though it's not Tiger Stadium you're playing in, they sure won't turn on the lights for whichever game they play at home. Southern, I think you'll win that one, but it doesn't get any easier from there. Wish you the best of luck, though. That's all I have to say. Yeah, you're going to need it. Beepity.